Excuse me. I do some mathematician. A little bit of the mathing adding. It's hot. All right. Get some writing in. Write, just write stuff. There's Mr. Frank. I say. I was planning on Wang Chung tonight too. See? I knew it. It's just that vibe you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, I think people are going to Wang Chung tonight. You know what? I want to join in. Stop! Stop! Off the fucking box. Catch. You get 57 posts to fucking rub your claws on. You gotta do it on all the fucking boxes and rip them apart. Jerk offs. Right? Am I right? Oh yeah, I'm right. First, I was like, I'm gonna have fun tonight, but then I was like, no, I'm in the mood to Wang Chung tonight. The only thing I would stress is make sure that your wife is also in the mood to Wang Chung tonight instead of just have fun tonight. Because sometimes you lose them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're in the Wang Chung frame of mind, and she just in like, let's just have fun frame of mind, and all of a sudden, boom. At some point, she's just like, whoa! You got to tell me ahead of time if we're gonna be Wang Chung fun in here. I mean, that's not fair. Don't be dissing Wang Chung up in here. I dig that record and the To Live and Die in L.A. soundtrack. Is it Positive Friday? No, so fuck that guy. I'm not dissing anybody, Chad. Don't get your feelings hurt, you and the Wang Chung guy. We're just saying it's that next level of fun. I know what it is. Chad doesn't ever have Wang Chung time, so he's all jealous that you and I have Wang Chung time. Oh, if Joy also Wang Chung's tonight, there's a good chance I'll be purchasing a Chad Lusky book in 9 months. Oh yeah. Oh yes, there will. There's a chance if you both really, really Wang Chung tonight, it might be like 4 months. You don't know. You don't know how that power of fun works. Collect them all, Mr. Frank. Tom Duffy in the house. Tom, you finished too late, so I'm going to write Down and Dirty 6, which needs to be done, and then after my therapy, after I bitch and complain that it took you so long to write this chapter, Then I'll write the chapter after my nap. After. Who can say? Armand, that's me. I've mentioned David Joy a few times, but I don't recall you mentioning you've ever read him before. Have you? If not, I know you'd like him. Don't tell me who I would like and not like. Yeah, I know the name. I have not read anything by David Joy. He is on the list, though. He is listed. Now I get that Wang Chung song in my head. I watched the King of Queens interview last night. You seemed a tad intimidated by that guy. Kevin James? That's next week's interview. David Joy goes on the shelf next to Harper, Rash, Flannery, and Crosby. I'll be the judge of that. Bing Crosby or S.A. Cosby? Which one? Because they're both phenomenal writers. Yeah, I wrote it down somewhere. It's written down somewhere. I'm going to write it down again. So you shut the F up about it. I'm kidding. I actually just went to the library. Robin S.A. Crosby. Yeah. God. Great writer. Phenomenal guitar player. Great drug addict. Boy was getting stuck on the word thriller. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why I had to clarify it. I mean, when you say... I wanted to say, you know when somebody says they're a romance author, and then there's that umbrella of 40 billion subgenres. When you say you're a thriller author, there's 40 billion subgenres. Calm that shit down. Maybe I'll have a couple of beers in VoucherCon next week, and I'll tell them. Oh, that was a good interview. That dude was like, I don't believe in thrillers. Yeah. He also reminded me of Todd. which is odd. I'm like, I hate this guy. I don't know why do I hate. Oh, I know why I hate this guy. It was very good interview. He named a couple of authors that that haven't been named before. Amish little people romance causing thrillers. Yeah, that's a genre unto itself, not even a subgenre. Or he could have just answered the question without the hang up on the word. I mean, that too. It made for a riveting interview, though, right? Caught your fancy. Everybody's bringing up Megan Abbott. I guess I should check her out at some point. Yeah, I know, right? It's like I've done, and there's another couple of interviews that I've just done. Actually, I did 3 more interviews that aren't up yet, and I believe on 2 of those. It's like when I'm doing the description, the cut and paste, and then I just change all the names of the Amazon things. There's a block there of Megan Abbott, Jordan Harper, and S.A. Cosby, and it's like 5 people in a row mention those 3 names. So I just leave those. I leave that block in every time. But yeah, Megan Abbott. I have not read anything by Megan Abbott. I don't believe. I saw that. So I was thinking of looking into her as well. You know what? When I come back from these conferences, maybe in October, we'll do a book club. We'll do a book club. Somebody pick a Megan Abbott book that we'll all read. Yeah, read along is right, bitches. This is what we'll do. We'll do a read along of her book, and then we'll record it. Then we'll all go on. We'll all be like, let's StreamYard this bitch and talk about her book. We'll do the book club. Because everybody's mentioned. Let's do it, Chad. All the Missing Girls is the one that people bring up a lot. Okay, then that's the one we do. All the Missing Girls. All the girls in the world. All the girls in the world. So that's the one we're going to do. Everybody, October 1st, I will begin reading it. Not until then. Got too much going on. I'm going to read Dare Me instead. Then you're not invited to the club. I don't want to be in your lame club. You probably won't even have snacks. Bitches, we got M&Ms. A lot of M&Ms, as a matter of fact. My wife hid them on me. Yeah, there are no toast points. I don't know what the hell a toast point is. What the hell's a toast point? So I weighed myself this morning. Yesterday, I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm very happy. I did a dozen shrimp, right, in the air fryer. Mixed them in olive oil, not motor oil, olive oil, salt, pepper, a little touch of paprika, and onion powder. Okay, and air fryer like 10 minutes or whatever it was, and make a piece of toast, cut off the points. Don't ever do that. Like, toast should have everything. I don't understand people who cut the bread like that, or I don't understand people who don't eat the all of your pizza. I like literally gross toast, point blank. I love that movie. Paprika don't go. Yeah, it was like this. That was it. It was like, and I was done. A little touch, and you couldn't taste it, thank God, or I would have thrown that shit out. And balsamic Brussels sprouts. So that was my lunch yesterday. It was good. Nothing else. A lot of water, a lot of walking. I had like over 7,000 steps yesterday. And then last night, we made hot dogs. And I only had 2 hot dogs. And my wife had she orders the bread. And I'm like, we got hot dog buns in there. Let's use those. I didn't realize, you know what they were? They were the top load one. They were like those soggy Rhode Island bullshit hot dogs. One. Pepper is it's close to a condiment. Are you still part of the BK walking? No, they don't do that because Fitbit stopped doing that, which is bullshit because I enjoyed doing that. Although Lucia would do like 100,000 steps before I even woke up in the morning, so it really wasn't fun. I almost bought the wrong book, you fools. I had All the Missing Girls in my cart, and it's by Megan Miranda, not Megan Abbott. That would have been funny if you didn't realize you just read the whole book, and then me and Tom, not Frank, because he's going to read a different book, were like, what are you talking about? That's not the characters in this book. That would be better entertainment. I'm sure there are several books called All the Missing Girls. Son of a bee, people on Reddit tricked me. So that's not a Megan Abbott book? Are we going to do the one Frank mentioned? I don't know. You people figure it out and let me know. Dare Me is about cheerleaders. You're dropping the ball. Let's do Dare Me. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it Dare Me. Eldorado. We can't do all of them. Let's do Dare Me. That way Frank can play. I mean, you could also read El Dorado Drive if you want, but El Dorado. So then I had two hot dogs last night for dinner. That was it. No snacks. I hit 7,000 steps. I was good. Woke up in the morning. Yesterday I weighed 350.4 pounds. My goal was to get under 350. So I'm like, I had to have lost 0.4 pounds. Oh, contraire. Mon chéri. 348.8. I fucking killed it yesterday. Killed it. So now I'm like, you know what? Because again, this is all bullshit weight. You know, when you first start losing weight, and all you're just doing is you're just basically changing the amount of shit you're eating, and then you like lose for 5-10 pounds real quick. That's the goal. My goal is to my goal by Tuesday. So today's Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So in 5 days, I would like to lose 4 more pounds. And I think I can do it with the walking and stuff. We're probably all missing out on the greatest writer ever, Megan Miranda. Well, until somebody mentions her in one of these interviews. Maybe I should have checked what's available at the library first. You just stand on a scale while you mushroom coffee poops and you watch it coffee rhythm. You know what? That would be real time. Except if you pooped onto the scale, you couldn't sometimes see the scale. I'm also like, you know what? I'm not going to have a second cup of coffee today. I also, on the way back, I had to go get the tire looked at again. It's because you watched The Biggest Loser doc, isn't it? Yeah, this is because I'm fat, and I know I have 2 conventions coming up, and none of my clothes are fitting again. And I was like, I'm over 350 pounds again, and I want to wear these nice button-down Cuban shirts. That's going to be my, that might be my look this year. But none of them fit me, because they're all 2X and 3X, and I'm definitely a fat 4X right now, which is like 10 shirts total in my closet I can actually fit in. Like, I put shirts on and my wife's like, your whole gut sticks in. I'm like, I'm at home. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. You just want to have sex with me. Calm it down. Yeah, Guy Bear hat. Yeah, I know. We actually were thinking, I'm like, you know what? I need a hat. I need a hat other than a baseball hat. I just don't know what would be good. Like, what would be a good look for me. You know? So we're trying to figure that one out too. I want to get to that point before I get to the completely old man and I have a drone and a metal detector. So I'm looking for that middle part where I wear a cool hat. I might get one of those old time straw hats and then just put a placard on it that says press and then walk around with a camera. That might be a good look for me. So anyway, so I'm eating better. I went and got the tire looked at again, which we did like 3 weeks ago, because now it's down to like 24 pounds again instead of the recommended 34, whatever. And so we bring it back, and I'm like, something's still wrong with this tire. So they put all kinds of things, they put water on, whatever they got to do. No, there's no leak. We just refilled it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? There's something wrong with this tire. I don't want to buy another tire. Tires are freaking expensive. Some lady in there, they were like, oh, you got a nail in your tire. And so she's like, I got to call my husband. And they're like, well, they have a tire, but it's not the same brand of tire that we have on the other 3. And the guy's like, it's comparable, but it's not the same brand. Okay, I don't know if it was Firestone. I don't know what it was. So he's like, no, I need all 4 of the same tires. So replace all 4 with whatever that brand is. That's like $500 and something for fucking tires. I'm like, holy crap. Oh yeah, I can borrow Dare Me on ebook. Green light. Alright, dare me it is. Tires are overrated unless you're talking about the show on Netflix. I watched the first 3 episodes. They were good. I think you, Frank, told me that they get better. But I just have not had the time to watch them. And then I went to the library, and I finally dropped off that Christy Brinkley book. Here, somebody else can read this crap. But now I realize that the 3rd James Lee Burke book that I have out, that I haven't read yet, is due. Apparently somebody put it on hold. Oh, that wasn't you, Tom. Because then you ain't getting it back. So I'm like, you know what, I'll read this one. I'll read this one next. And then later I'll see if they have, I'm sure they have Dare Me in print, and I will put that on hold. But I'll have to wait until I come back, because I know it'll put it on hold, and then I'll be gone for, a week, and then they'll put it back on the shelf. Send it back to wherever it came from. Yeah, but I think 1 or 2 more interviews coming up. I think Megan Abbott is also mentioned, which is crazy. I wonder if she's going to be at VoucherCon. Let's look that up. Attendees. Attendees, nuts. Oh, sorry. And we wait. Megan Abbott, she will be there. She will be at VoucherCon. Nice. I'll have to see what panels she's on, or when she's doing her signing. Maybe I'll go and I'll buy that book from her if she has it. First one on the list. Abbott, Megan. Bop. 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 Buddha. Bop. $13,012. Hello back. Man, the cats are fucking running around like lunatics today. Scratching shit, breaking shit. On my shelf behind me, I don't know if you can see, those are all the MondoCon cups. That's kind of high up there, right? Well, the cat jumped up on the chair, because the chair's still here from MondoCon. I haven't moved it. And then she jumped up on that counter last night. She knocked over my cigar, which I'm never going to smoke. Shannon gave me that cigar for my birthday or Christmas or something. And then she started going through the cups, because I have breath mints in a couple of them. Yeah, Shannon Hoon. The ghost of Shannon Hoon gives me cigars. I mean, if that's not a story, I don't know what is. Shannon gave smoke that, right? When he gave to me, he's like, I didn't really know what's gay, but I figure you're like a cigar guy, because the bourbon. And so he gave me that, and I'm like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. And then I just put it. I'm like, I'll just put it up there. And I'm like, yeah, I would never smoke this. Yeah. Well, where's Armand? He smoked that cigar Shannon gave him, and he's been tripping for 6 days straight. Armand's never the guy you think he is. No, I'm a way different commodity than you think I will ever be, or something like that. In your mind, make it make sense. This hotcake syrup though now is taunting me. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking taunting me because I'm not supposed to eat that. Megan Abbott looks she might get knocked over by a slight breeze. Well, I'm gonna blow on her. I mean that didn't sound right. I'm very excited for BoucherCon. Again, I will Monday I will be here doing the Twitch thing. And my wife is home because it's apparently a holiday. What is it, Labor Day? Right? Labor Day? Yeah. I was like, what holiday is it? She's like, I don't know, Labor Day? I'm like, oh yeah, that is a holiday. So she will be home Monday. I don't know how many of you will be home. I know Tom will more than likely be home. So I will do my last writing session probably until the following Monday. That's crazy. Looks like a cigar smoking, bourbon slugging head of a biker gang, but really a mushroom coffee pooping, Yankee pencil pushing 50 chapter book writer. Man, you nailed it. You nailed it. The best thing I've ever been called is they thought I had been a pro wrestler. I told that story already. I would always my son, huge into pro wrestling. He was like 5, 6, 7 years old. And I said one time, you know, your dad, you say dumb things. I said, oh yeah, I used to wrestle. And he was like, you did? What was your wrestling name? And I said, oh, Big Chuck Wagon. And he's like, oh, cool. And then everybody just laughed. And then he went to first grade maybe. And we went for like, you know, when you go for the parent-teacher open house, whatever thing, like a week or two in. And then the teacher was very excited to meet me. She's like, oh, James tells me you were a pro wrestler. And I went, what? And she said, yeah. So the funny part, she's like, yeah. So my husband is a huge pro wrestling fan, and he said he thinks he saw you wrestle like in a high school gym or something a few years ago. And I'm like, no, that wasn't me. I made that up. And then years later, I looked it up, and there really was a wrestler named Big Chuck Wagon. He was never WWE or anything big, but he does had. I think at one point he had like a Wikipedia page or something. I'm not a wrestler, I'm a liar. Pretty much, yeah. I thought that was hysterical. I just made up that dumb name, and apparently someone else was using that dumb name. I was like, no, I wrestled as Little Frank Edler, and they were like, oh, we've heard of him. He wrestles bears. I'm like, yeah. Last night, me and my wife watched a show called. I watched the first 2 episodes, but it was Animals on Drugs, with the guy you've probably seen him if you watched any Shark Week thing, Forrest Galante. And so the first episode I watched was about the cocaine hippos that Pablo Escobar had 4 of them, and now they're like 400 of them. They're just running amok in South America. Then the second one was meth gators in Florida, and then they captured a gator near where all the meth, where some of the meth people make their meth. And yes, that gator did have meth in its system. Last night we watched an episode of Drunk Bears. My wife had never seen the show. She recognized the guy from other shows. She was not a fan of that. She was just like, this is just stupid. And basically it's just bears breaking into cabins and drinking all the alcohol. And they're out looking for a drunk bear. I'm like, yeah, the bears aren't making their own alcohol. You know what I'm saying? There's no still out there. Yeah, drunk bears, yeah. None of them exploded, though, as far as I know. But I'm like, what do you? So, you know, of course, then they find a bear, an aggressive bear in the wild, near where this dude's in, I believe it was Kentucky. Based on his teeth, or lack thereof, it was Kentucky. He was a moonshiner. And so they, every now and then, he said the bears would knock over the stills, they would break into his cabin, and they would drink all of the moonshine. So he was out there, and some bear was being aggressive because this is my fucking land. Get off my property, you piece of shit, Forrest Galante. And so they tested they basically put the bear to sleep, and then they tested his blood, and there was no alcohol in his blood. Yeah, hi, I'm a bear. Exactly. Oh, this bear's being aggressive. No, this bear just wants you to get the fuck away off of his property. Is what this bear is doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what bears do. They're not drunk. They're just annoyed that you're standing there filming them and talking loudly. So, yeah. My wife was like, well, that was stupid. Well, you know, not every show can be a winner. Not every show could be Paul Azan trying to find killers. I won't apologize. That bear pays his tax. Exactly. And you know what? That bear drank moonshine better than you did, because that guy was a wuss drinking moonshine. He's a little spit. He's like, calm down. You took like a baby sip of it. It touched your lips and you're freaking out. Calm it down. That reminds me, I got to bring that moonshine that Chuck brought to my mom. Which is a weird thing to say. Next page for no reason, Mr. Frank. Next page. Where is Nick? Blowing shit up again, I'm sure. I don't know if I'm going to be on for long. I really don't feel like writing. Although I like talking. But then I got to talk at 3 o'clock. I got therapy. Talk about how awful you people are. But then I don't know when I'm going to be doing therapy again, because then I'm going to be away for several weeks. Life is so hard. Life is so strange when you don't know your destination. Missing persons, exactly. Chad knows. Chad knows. Are you going to tackle this thriller thing with the therapist? No, he really don't care. I did have to explain to him one time, maybe a year ago or so, what imposter syndrome was. He had no idea what that was. He keeps getting me to draw stuff. He's like, draw this upside down you, and then write this, and this is where you are in life, or something. I don't know. He's like, this is not everyone. Your life is not everyone else's fault. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I'm not paying you to point out all of my weaknesses. I'm paying you to point out everybody else's weaknesses. Make me feel better. What is today? Thursday. Oh, my wife goes to her mom's for dinner tonight. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Okay. It's like doing psychoanalysis next to Sigmund Freud. Imposter syndrome. Yeah. Good time. Good time. I'm gonna be honest with you, I mostly just bitch about Shelly's sister. It's pretty much all my problems are right there. And wanting to kill a lot of people. And not figuring out a way to do it correctly yet. It's frustrating. The struggle is real. Have you heard the new Missing Persons album? It sounds like Missing Persons. Wait a minute. What? Time out. The Missing Persons album sounds like Missing Persons. There's no way. If I wanted to listen to Missing Persons, I just listen to Missing Persons. Exactly. I wish I could get more excited about yacht rock. Yeah, I'm not a big not a big exciting thing for me either. I don't think you're old enough though, Frank. All right, you know what time it is, boys and girls. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go get rid of this mushroom coffee from yesterday. All right. Whew. Whew. Weigh myself now. I think I got under that 345. You guys know what we knew what you were saying, Chad. Who doesn't love yacht rock? Young people. Oh yeah. If he's not eating as much, will there be less to poop out, or does mushroom coffee just flush you out no matter what's up in them guts? I would imagine the mushroom coffee is going to flush out like all the, I don't know, things that have been in there for years and years. You know? Like stuff they don't even make anymore. It's just kind of been there. There's a handful of yacht rock songs that I love, but I just can't say, Alexa, play yacht rock and let it roll. I'll lose interest quick. What it has in quiet sophistication, it lacks in punch and excitement. Yeah. It's like listening to Green Lung. Green Lung was quiet and sophisticated. If you ask Alexa to play yacht rock, it'll put on Brian Keane radio. That's probably true too. Who is texting me? Chad, since you seem to be well versed as a professor, well versed in 80s and 90s music, non-heavy metal, like, you know, Missing Person, stuff like that. Do you remember a band called Eben Ozen? EBNOZN. Or do you remember a band called Trio and Error? Do you remember the punk band Trace Huevos? These are the bands, these are three bands that I know that I liked, and nobody ever has heard of any of those bands that I've ever talked to. Like listening to Sleep. Things they don't make anyone like those little black cups they use to glue to the bottom of plastic soda bottles. What? I feel like I'm failing you big time. I've heard none of the... Chad. You did. You did. You failed me a little bit. That's alright, though. I'll just listen to those bands on my own. I don't even know if I can even find them anymore. I have to look on Spotify. They're probably on YouTube, but YouTube has everything. You never heard of Trace Huevos? I believe they were a Southern California punk band, and their song was 1, 2, 3. So basically, the lyrics are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, with surf punk guitar riffs. I think you would like them. I've heard of Los Cruz. Yeah. Kind of similar, but not. So in the back in the 80s when I was in high school, and you were in high school, Trace Huevos was on a lot of those skateboard video VHS skateboard ones, and also the surfing ones. Yeah, you know what? You would think that they would uno dos tres, cuatro cinco cinco seis. The ad is done. You know how you get rid of those ads? Subscribe. Everybody, I want you to subscribe or resubscribe here, and also follow me on YouTube. Easy enough to find me on YouTube. It's my name. Spell it right. Don't I have to pay for those? No. If you subscribe, I mean, here you do. But if you have Amazon Prime, you use your Amazon Prime to sign in, and you hook that up, and then it's free. You just got to do it every month. You don't have to pay on YouTube to subscribe to me, though. And I need some more followers. I broke 300 over there finally. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, you don't have to pay for anything if you don't want. because I just have Twitch and not Prime. And then you got to pay for it. But you know what? Paying for it is worth it. It's worth it to see all of this and to help me out so I can continue to live this life. And then after you sub, go make customers for my kids' books. Hey, where's 500 page book guy? Yeah, I thought he would be back. I figured he would be back. There's a few people that are like here all the time, and then all of a sudden they just like disappear, and then once in a while they come back. I mean, I have 391 followers, so he took the scenic route. That conundrum lived free writ in my head for longer than it should have, right? I'm like, how would you write 73,000 words and your book is 520 pages long? It makes no sense. None sense. I was waiting for him to say, he's like, 500. I'm like, 130,000 words or something. You know? Crazy. I gotta finish this page. You can see where the line is. Yeah, Danny Volpe. Danny giving me eating advice yesterday. Like, shut up, you're like 100 pounds wet. I paused the 2 stories I was doing. Why'd you pause them? It's like 230 pages accidentally stuck together. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm like, and we're all like, are there blank pages? Are your margins set wrong? There's, you know, are you doing it at like 80 point? No, he's doing it at 12 point. And it's 6x9. Yeah, that makes no sense. I could see if you were like, and it's 5x8 or 4x7, 3x6, 2x5, 1x4. He bought smaller plates because he would have to walk around normal sized plates to get to the other side. Exactly. Exactly. Life is challenging for me at the moment. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I saw Dan do a video yesterday. I think he got eyeliner tattooed on. I think that was, you saw a video of Tom back from the 90s with his eyeliner on. But you know what? Any little bit you write will help. Maybe he forgot to tell us about the fold-out fantasy maps. Yeah, we were like, somebody was like, well, are there drawings? Is there pictures? There's got to be something else there. There's got to be 200 pages of something else. Gotta be. Just gotta finish this damn page. 76,000 words, not counting a and the. Remember when that was a thing? That was annoying. That was annoying. In our latest book, in all of our books, Tom's been using M dashes. So, ergo, Tom is AI. Can't wait to see what the big settlement is on that AI thing. Some moron on one of the Facebook groups was like, I heard my son's brother's janitor's sister wife 15 times removed is a lawyer involved with that AI case that they're settling, and he said if you have a book in there, you can get up to $1,000 per book they're gonna give you. I'm like, dude, I got 48 books in that thing, according to that article, which means if I make $4.80, I'll be amazed. They're not giving me $48,000. Trust me. Oh, geez, is right. And people are, but most of the people, I'd say 60% of the people that commented were like, oh my God, that would be great. I have 2 books there. Some other person's like, oh my God, that would be awesome. That would cover my car insurance for the year. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're an idiot. I used to use them a lot, but I try not to use them nowadays. I just love the amount of, and I'm not gonna get on a soapbox here. I just love the amount of authors that are bitching about AI, but then I see them use it. I'm like, I only use it to create ads, and those ads are being created by AI stealing artwork from people who legitimately do it. Yeah, Geezer Butler never uses M dashes. You show me a song lyric from Geezer Butler, and the guy's written millions of songs. He's never used an M dash in his life. M dashes never existed before. Exactly. But I love the people who are like, I saw an M dash in this book. I knew it was written. It was AI. No, it's not. You fucking moron. The AI likes using M dashes because people use them. Sabbath, bloody Sabbath. Yeah, so Geezer Butler, AI. Son of a bitch, I knew it. There's no way people can play bass like that unless you were AI and you stole it. Stole it. Also, someone say it's AI because there's no way to create them on your phone or keyboard. No, you don't know how to make an M dash. Exactly. People are just stupid. We're just arguing about stuff, just for no reason. Did you see the thing on Primus? I don't know how old it is, so if it's old, don't be an asshole about it. Apparently, some big podcast, the woman on the podcast she had gone to a Primus concert, and she said it was awful. It was unlistenable. Every band member on stage was playing a different song, it sounded like, and it was just weird, and it was off-putting, and on and on and on. And then so her co-host is like, so you don't like Primus? And she says, Primus sucks. And then, yeah, pork soda. No, it's not on it. I saw the actual interview where she's saying this. So then, Primus, I guess, whatever tour they were on at the time, they do their show, and then before they come out for the encore, they play the interview in the arena. And then they start flashing on all their screens, Primus sucks. And they get the crowd chanting it. And then they come out and then they do I guess Jerry was a race car driver, and their other two songs. But I don't know if it was like they're on tour now, or if it was a couple years ago. Who knows? Just thought it was funny. There are other two songs that sound just like their other song. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're definitely an acquired taste. Yes, they are. I saw them live at Rutgers in like the late '80s, and no, I was not a big fan. I can't remember who else played with them. I don't remember. I remember like right out maybe the weekend after that we went back up because it was Dead Milkmen and Mojo Nixon opening. That was a pretty good show. And that's how Geezer Butler wound up writing Winona's Big Brown Beaver. Exactly. Winona's M dash Big Brown M dash Beaver. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah. So there you go. Tom, I will get to our next chapter later today. And we'll go from there. I think I'm going to wrap this up now, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. I will see everybody tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will do this again. And again and again and again.